The Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase is this Sunday, and today we're going to talk about it. But first up, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and share, it really helps the channel out. So this is going to be my preview and predictions of what I believe will be there due to deduction, logic, educated guesses, and well, some stuff is already leaked. Now, Xbox Game Studios has grown a lot over the years, and whenever it comes to a showcase or a big event for Microsoft and the game studios, they tend to give us a little update on the situation. And I believe during the Sunday event, we will hear about a single new game studio acquisition. It kind of makes the most sense. Microsoft's still looking for more studios, and I believe this will be a smaller studio, unlike a big publisher like Activision. Now, when the Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase starts, I believe that we will see Starfield in action, gameplay and all. This game's been a long time coming. It's going to be a big deal for Microsoft and Bethesda. This is the first big new RPG franchise from Bethesda in over 25 years. So they've taken really good care of this game and given it all the time it needs. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to see gameplay. I think we're going to see about 5 minutes of gameplay. Bethesda tends to do this when they come out with a new RPG. They announce it, they show about 5 minutes of gameplay, and then it comes out about 6 months later. And they have said that they are actually on track, so it's probably still going to release in early 2023. And I can't wait to see more, and I 100% believe we will see gameplay this Sunday. Now, I do believe that Microsoft will move straight into Redfall gameplay, because the game was going to be out already, but it was pushed back. However, we don't know much about this game other than the fact that it's meant to be a lot like Borderlands. It's open world and you hunt vampires in co-op, and it sounds a lot of fun. Now, I do actually think this will be one of the games we get a shadow drop of a beta, because they need to test this type of game out in the open with the public, and I believe we will actually see it that day. Personally, I can't wait. And the first party stuff continues. Now, Microsoft, they have existing games to talk about, like Forza Horizon. They have expansion packs to announce for this game, and the first one's probably going to be shown off during the event. Now, it's been rumoured for a while it will be Hot Wheels, and it kind of leaked already. Now, the thing about Hot Wheels DLC, it was one of the biggest DLC packs Microsoft has ever done for a racing game, so it kind of makes sense to do one for the Mexico setting in this beautiful world. And personally, the Hot Wheels DLC is the most fun I've had in a while. Also, Forza Motorsport. It's going to be a big game for Microsoft. I believe they will announce it to release later this year on Xbox Series consoles, and it's going to be gorgeous. Now, in between all the big announcements, Microsoft tends to show highlight reels showcasing small indie games that look really awesome, like last year's A Placed, which I hope we see again this year with a release date. And personally, I can't wait for this. Now, there's going to be third-party games there, and I think we will actually see more of WB Games' Gotham Knights. They're going to showcase different characters over the coming weeks, and it kind of makes sense to have maybe Batgirl or Red Hood at the Xbox Game Showcase. Now, when it comes to their games that's going to be shown there, I think of all games that will be there, it will make more sense to have the Final Fantasy VII Remake on the Xbox stage. It's been over 2 years, the exclusivity deal with PlayStation is over, and well, this game would sell incredibly well on Xbox, and I'm 99% certain that this game will appear on Xbox at some point. Now, around the world right now, there's a lot of Star Wars games in development, but there's not a lot of game showcases over the summer to display those games. And I do think we could see one of those Star Wars games on the Xbox stage this Sunday at the Xbox Bethesda Game Showcase. Kind of makes the most sense, have the most eyes on the brand new title. Now, maybe it's one of Ubisoft's new games because we haven't heard much. Now, I want to talk about one of my favourite developers, and that being Machine Games. They've been quiet for a while. However, I do believe we could see a Wolfenstein 3 announcement. It's been long enough. Indiana Jones only went into pre-production last year, and they haven't put out a game in years. So it kind of makes the most sense to have a new game out this year for Xbox Series X, S and PC. especially where the last game left off. I think a lot of people want to see a new one, and it's about time. It's been long enough as well, and I do think we'll actually see next-gen upgrades for the past 2 Wolfenstein games. But also, I do believe we could see a teaser trailer, even though it's early on, for the new Indiana Jones game they have in development, because again, we don't know if this is first person or third person, and a trailer could really give that away. Now, there's been this rumour for about 3 years that there's going to be a Fallout 3 remaster. Now, considering the amount of studios Microsoft has by now, it makes sense to do remasters of games. They're already backwards compatible, so you're not forced into buying the new product. So, I do believe we will actually see that there. Or maybe Fallout New Vegas, and even a teaser for Fallout New Vegas 2, which a lot of fans are really wanting right now. Now, when it comes to rumours, there's been a rumour of an Xbox Stream Stick for years, going back to 2015. However, it looks like this year is finally going to be the year Microsoft releases it. Now, it's not sure if it's going to be a puck or a stick, but it looks like there's going to be some sort of small streaming box announced at this showcase. Makes the most sense, the most eyes are on it. Now, there is a market out there for these small stream boxes. As you know, that the Xbox Series S has been massively popular due to its size and power. It's a very cool console for its size. But with a Stream Stick, they can get into more homes, ship it with a controller, have a very cheap way into playing games in the Xbox ecosystem, and have people playing straight away, seamlessly, via the cloud. Microsoft wants a lot of players playing games via xCloud. And it kind of makes sense that with that, they have Kojima's new game, codenamed Overdose, recently reported by Tom Henderson on Twitter, that his new horror game may have cloud elements or use the cloud in some way. So having the Stream Stick or Stream Box announced with some sort of game that takes advantage of the cloud, I can see that happening. Now, it's going to be an interesting night for reveals, because I believe we're going to see the GoldenEye remake not only announced at the Xbox Game Showcase, but shadow dropped that exact same night for gamers to play, and also in Game Pass. The game's been completed for years, it's just been sitting on a server, so it looks like they've brought it to Xbox One and Xbox Series consoles, and it's going to be GoldenEye in all of its greatness. And it's going to be cool to see a new generation of fans play this all-time classic. And yes, this has been over Perfect Dark gameplay. Now, also, I do think another shadow drop we will see at the Xbox Game Showcase is Age of Empires 4. The developers have said that they wanted to bring the game to console for a while. I understand that controller support takes a lot of time to sort out for these games, but I believe this game will be announced for console at the Xbox Game Showcase. And I can't wait for this. Now, it has been announced that Ubisoft's game service is also coming to Xbox. Now, I believe we will see more details this Sunday. However, I do believe a few more Ubisoft games will also get announced for Xbox Game Pass, as well as the teaser trailer for the new Assassin's Creed game that's set to launch early 2023. Now, I do believe during this game showcase we will see release dates for already announced third-party games coming to Xbox and Xbox Game Pass Day 1, like the upcoming A Plague Tale Requiem, the sequel to the absolutely excellent A Plague Tale Innocence, and I think we'll see a release date for later this year announced on the Sunday showcase. As well as Stalker 2, the developers have been hard at work in terrible conditions. However, I do think we'll get a final release date for Stalker 2 during the Xbox Game Showcase. And this game looks excellent. This is Unreal Engine 5, huge open world, going to be pretty incredible stuff. And who knows, maybe we see a new teaser for the newly announced Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Now, here's a game that I believe will be at the Xbox Game Showcase, and that is Contraband. This is by Avalanche Studios, the developers of the Just Cause franchise, as well as Rage 2. Their games are absolutely nuts. This is an open world, co-op, heist game, where apparently you can plan the entire heist. Not pre-planned or any of that stuff, you choose what you do and how you do it. and is a fan of these types of games, which we don't get often, it sounds like it's going to be a mix of GTA 5's heists, Payday 2, with a little bit of Just Cause thrown in there. I think we'll actually see gameplay at this game showcase with an early release of 2023. And honestly, I so can't wait to see this in action. Next up, we have to talk about the Coalition. Now, they are apparently in early pre-production of Gears 6, but they are also making another game, a new IP. They are mastering how to use and develop for Unreal Engine 5. Taking advantage of Xbox Series consoles, it's going to be a match made in heaven. And we've seen already with the Matrix Awakens tech demo and the other tech demos that they know how to take advantage of Unreal Engine 5. I also believe we will see inXile's new game, the Steampunk RPG, at the Xbox Game Showcase. And personally, I'm looking forward to that because we don't see steampunk RPGs. Not that often anyway. Now, I'm fairly certain we're going to see this, and that is the Gears of War collection. They've already done 1/3 of the package, and that's Gears of War Ultimate Edition. They redid the entire game's cutscenes, settings, pretty much everything in Unreal Engine 4, and it's a gorgeous game. But I believe they're going to give that the 4K 60 FPS facelift and give Gears 2 and 3 the same treatment. It makes the most sense, and here's the thing, they could have all the multiplayer maps in one place and also all of Horde, basically giving it the Master Chief Collection treatment, which the Gears franchise really needs. And personally, Gears of War 2 is one of my favourite games of all time. I really need this, and a lot of fans have been wanting this for years. This is something fans have wanted for a long time, and this might release this year. Now, while I do think they are going to show games like Compulsion's new IP, which is apparently a third-person game, but I think Avowed is going to take a huge spot at the Xbox Game Showcase. This is set in the Pillars of Eternity universe, made by Obsidian. It's a first-person RPG, and we haven't seen an RPG like this since Skyrim. Full-on, single-player, first-person, fantasy RPG, huge open world. So, a lot of fans have been looking forward to this. And I don't believe that Avowed is as far away as people believe. Some people believe this is 2024 or 2025. I think this could be releasing as early as late this year. They haven't talked about this game, and I think that might be the reason. I think this game is a lot closer than people think. But even if it's next year, this game has a lot of potential. Obsidian can make a lot of cool open world RPGs with small teams. They've proven that already. And I think we will see gameplay running later on in the Xbox Game Showcase. Now, Ninja Theory is coming out with a few games over the next few years, and I think we will see Project Mara, maybe with a teaser trailer, but I do think Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga, is actually going to take a huge part near the end of the show, or at least the end of the show, because I've never seen a game that looks this good. This game is visual fidelity unlike we've ever seen in a third-person action-adventure before. This is grim, it's gritty, it's dark, but it's beautiful at the same time. Ninja Theory and Unreal Engine are going to do amazing things this generation, and I think this will be the showcase where we actually get a release date for Hellblade 2. The game looked gorgeous when we saw it last year. We saw 6 minutes of gameplay. I think we will see gameplay at the showcase as well as a release date. Microsoft has really been hyping up this show, and I don't think anyone will need to temper expectations. Now, this Sunday should feature new games, old games, potentially hardware and features as well. It's exciting times to be an Xbox gamer, and I can't wait to watch it with everyone else. If you've enjoyed today's video, please hit like, share and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications, you'll be notified for my next video. All Things Xbox podcast returns on Tuesdays, and obviously we're going to have a lot to go over, and I can't wait to talk about it. Now, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that video uploads outside of podcasts, there hasn't been many over the past few months. However, due to copyright issues and all that stuff, I want to say that finally it looks like it's all sorted, and I'm going to try to get back to weekly uploads featuring Xbox topics, game stuff. You know the videos I make. I have a lot of videos already made, ready to go, and videos about topics that are going to be soon public. Anyway, if you've enjoyed my content, again, please share and subscribe and all that stuff. We actually have super chats now turned on, so if you want to watch All Things Xbox podcast live and support the show, that's awesome, it helps. But if you want to support, just share and all that stuff. Anyway, I'll speak to you next week. I hope everyone has a good day. I'm out. Peace.